We turn now to the hush money trial of former President Trump, the judge holding Mr. Trump in contempt of court and threatening to jail him if he continues to violate a gag order, which Mr. Trump calls unconstitutional. Laura Jarrett now with late developments.
Tonight, former President Trump hit with a $9,000 fine at his hush money trial, with the judge finding multiple violations of the gag order, prohibiting Mr. Trump from attacking witnesses, now threatening to throw him behind bars, saying jail may be a necessary punishment in the future. Mr. Trump's attorneys had argued it's unfair to hold him accountable for reposting criticism others have voiced, and that certain witnesses like Michael Cohen frequently attack Mr. Trump. The presumptive Republican nominee later deleting the 9 posts about Cohen and Stormy Daniels that landed him in hot water.
This gag order is not only unique, it's totally unconstitutional. I'm the Republican candidate for President of the United States. There's no crime. There's no anything here.
The former president joined in court today by son Eric, the first family member to attend. The prosecution calling Keith Davidson, the lawyer who represented Daniels, and Karen McDougal, 2 women who say they had sex with Mr. Trump, which he has denied. Mr. Trump is charged with a low-level felony, falsifying business records over his reimbursements to Cohen, who allegedly made the hush money payments. Davidson testifying that after the release of that damaging Access Hollywood tape, interest in what Daniels had to say reached a crescendo. But Davidson only testified about dealings with Cohen, not offering evidence of Mr. Trump's knowledge of the plans.
And Laura, meantime, this flare-up over the gag order is not over yet.
Yeah, that's right, Lester. Prosecutors continue to say that Mr. Trump violates the gag order and is seeking more fines. The judge plans to hold a hearing on all of this on Thursday morning. Lester?
All right, Laura, thank you. And in a new interview, Mr. Trump provides more insights into what a second term would look like. Here's Gabe Gutierrez.
Tonight, former President Trump is revealing more of his second-term agenda, including new details of his controversial plan to deport millions of undocumented immigrants.
I will stop the invasion.
Trump now telling Time magazine he'd use the National Guard and possibly the military to deport migrants, and isn't ruling out building new detention camps. When asked whether he'd ignore a U.S. law that prevents deploying troops against civilians, the former president responded, well, these aren't civilians. These are people that aren't legally in our country. In fact, civilians are commonly defined as someone who's not an active member of the armed services, regardless of immigration status. Trump says he'd comply with all Supreme Court orders. When asked whether he might fire a U.S. attorney who didn't follow the president's order to prosecute someone, Trump responded, it would depend on the situation. Yeah. The wide-ranging interview also making headlines about abortion. Trump recently said he would not sign a national abortion ban, leaving decisions up to the states.
It's all about will of the people.
Now, asked whether he was comfortable if states decide to punish women who access abortions, he responded, the states are going to make that decision. The states are going to have to be comfortable or uncomfortable, not me. He was also asked whether states should monitor pregnancies to know if women get an abortion. I think they might do that, he said. You'll have to speak to the individual states. President Biden shot back. This is reprehensible. Donald Trump doesn't trust women. I do. Former President Trump was also pressed on the potential for political violence if he doesn't win, saying, quote, it always depends on the fairness of an election. Lester?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.